Hi, my name's Barry Foster and welcome back to A-League to the UK. This is episode number 4 and this is the Football Manager 21 save where we're starting off with the Newcastle Jets in the Australian A-League, and we want to find out if we start off in the A-League, can we end up managing a club in the UK? Now, since episode 3, quite a few things have been happening. We've been signing some new players for next season, I'm talking about. And we've got 3 already signed up, and they are as follows. We've got Nick Ansell, a 27-year-old central defender, currently playing at Melbourne Victory, and he's got some pretty good attributes there that I think will be very good in our central of defence, and he's much younger than the current players that we've got playing there. So I think he'll be a very good addition to the team next season. We've also signed Brandon Wilson. He's only 24. He's currently playing for Perth Glory. Now, he can play in a number of roles, but we've mainly signed him for a central midfielding role, and he's got some quite good attributes, very determined. He's got good technique and work rate. I think he'll be quite a good signing for us as well. And we've got to take into account that we are losing Stephen Ugarkovic. I mean, this all happened prior to my joining, but he is joining the Western Sydney Wanderers next season, and he goes to them on the 1st of August as well. And the third player we've signed is another young central defender, Jonathan Aspro-Potomitis, who's currently playing with Adelaide United. He's got some fairly decent attributes. He's only 24, maybe a little bit slow with the pace of 10, but I think he could be a very good backup central defender, maybe even in the first 11. So we've signed those 3 players. Now, we have also offered a contract to a 30-year-old Congolese striker, Juvel, maybe Sumao. I'm just taking a guess how we pronounce his name. But I've really signed him because he's got some very good attributes right across the board. Very determined, very aggressive, which is a slight concern, but I do like the rest of his attributes. He's physically very fit. Mentally, I think he's very good. And technically, look, he's not bad at all. Okay, technique of 13, good passing, fairly good heading, finishing of 11. So we've signed we've offered him a contract. Now we're waiting on a work permit decision, and that will be handed down on the 3rd of March. We're currently the 20th of February. I did get the message that the work permit should be approved. There shouldn't be a problem there. So fingers crossed, but we'll find out on the 3rd of March. Also, one player has left the club, and that player is Roy O'Donovan, a 35-year-old striker. He has gone back to Ireland. He's signed with Dundalk. And funny enough, he actually scored the winning goal in our last game that we played. I guess that was his parting gift to the club. But I wasn't too sorry to see him go. I mean, he's 35. He really wasn't featuring too often in the starting 11. So I was quite happy to see him go back to Ireland, and I think he mainly moved back there for family reasons as well. Now, on the field, we've played 4 matches since episode 3, and they've been, well, not too bad. The first game, we lost to Melbourne Victory at home, 1-0, a little bit disappointing. Robbie Cruz scoring a very good goal just before half-time, and that gave them all 3 points. We then went away to Macarthur and we drew 1-1. I was quite happy with that because Nikolai Topper-Stanley got a straight red in the 39th minute, and we were able to hold on for a point away from home. We then went down to Melbourne to play Melbourne City, and that turned out to be an 8-goal thriller, a 4-4 draw. We were leading at one stage 4-2. I really thought we had 3 points in the bag, but Melbourne City just kept on coming back. And to their credit, they ended up levelling the match and sharing the points. And in the last game, we played Sydney FC at home and we beat them 2-1, and that was the game where Roy O'Donovan scored the winning goal in the 71st minute, and that was a fairly good win over the current champions. But we're going to show just highlights from this 8-goal thriller being played down in Melbourne. These will be the goal highlights, and there were really some cracking goals in this game. As I said, Newcastle Jets at one stage led 4-2. And this is the first one with Melbourne City making a mistake out of defence, and Petratos, beautiful strike, beating the keeper on his near post. And that gave us a 1-0 lead. Then for the second goal, we were still in control. This is Bugard putting a long ball over the top, and Stamatolopoulos side footing at home to make it 2-0. Then out of defence, we led a counter-attack, and this is Stamatolopoulos once again getting behind the defenders, and a beautiful finish to give us a 3-0 lead. And you think at this stage we had all 3 points in the bag, but not quite, because Melbourne City came back with a very good goal there by Sanchez from outside the box. He was so happy, he went and ran and got the ball. Then in the second half, Melbourne City continued to attack us, and once again that man Sanchez, just outside the box, well, he made it 3-2. And this is another terrible blunder by the Melbourne City defence, and Petratos crossing the ball, and Thurgate finding the back of the net. Now, at that stage, it was 4-2, and I thought, well, surely we've got the all 3 points in the bag. But no, Melbourne City continued to come at us, and this is their third goal. Luna side footing it in to make it 4-3, and I was keeping my fingers crossed that we could hold on for a 4-3 win. But in the 90th minute, Williams gets behind our defence and a very good finish. He makes it 4-4. So an 8-goal thriller down in Melbourne. But since we were away from home, I wasn't too unhappy that it finished all square. But I would have liked to have probably got all 3 points since we were leading 3-0 at one stage. Anyway, today we're just showing one game now. Because I think the previous videos were going a tad too long, averaging around about 40 minutes. So in today's match, we're away to Brisbane Roar, up in Brisbane. Actually, they've moved to the Dolphin Stadium, which is in a suburb, I think, called Redcliffe. And as you can see by the league table, we're still in third position on 24 points. Melbourne Victory on the same number of points in second, and Wellington Phoenix, even though we beat them 5-0, they're now sitting on 32 points. They've done very, very well in recent weeks. So let's go and play the Roar up at Redcliffe. Okay, for the game against the Brisbane Roar, this is our starting 11. Duncan in goals, O'Toole, Topper Stanley, Bugard and Hoffman along the back line. Kantarowski sitting behind Melling and Thurgate in midfield. Petratos out wide on the left, Miller on the right, and Stamatolopoulos will lead our attacking line. On the bench, we will have Lewis Italiano, Katrumbus, Cole Mutton, Jack Armson, Stephen Ugarkovic, Rami Nazarene, he's coming back from injury, and Valentino Yule, who can play it out wide, either right or left, or even in a striking role. So that's the team for the match against Brisbane. Let's go to the match. I think Brisbane Roar will be, it's Marco Kurtz there. That's interesting. So they must have had a change since the start of the season. They won't be pushovers at all. Brisbane tend to play pretty well out there. And Jerry Payton thinks, go out there and impress me. I see. I'm going to say I expect to win. We'll take a punt. We'll send the assistant to the tunnel interview. I think after beating Sydney FC at home 2-1, I think I've got my rights to expect a win today, even though we're playing away from home. But we've only had one loss in the last 5. So in Brisbane, well, bottom on 9 points. So no wonder they've already changed managers. We're barely halfway through the season. And it's Brisbane Roar that gets us underway. This is Aldred playing it very long, but straight down to Duncan. Now this is Jonathan Thurgate, end of our highlight. Short and sweet. Anyway, early possession seems to be going our way. And here's Thurgate with a free kick now for the Jets. And that's headed away by Brown. Now Kantarovski. He plays it back to O'Toole. He's probably going to look for Petratos, and he does. He crosses it to Miller. Oh, that's a beautiful goal. Miller has done that so many times this season, even in pre-season. That's a typical Miller goal. So after barely 5 minutes, it's 1-0 to the Jets. And Petratos with a beautiful pass from the left. And he picked out Miller. He made a lovely run behind his man. And that's an excellent finish. Well, great start. Question is, can we keep on playing like this for the remainder of the game? Hopefully we can, because that goal moves us up into second position. Anyway, this is Bugard, one of our central defenders, playing it to Melling, to Thurgate. Jonathan Thurgate playing an advanced playmaker role, and he's making a very good run. This is Miller. To Thurgate again, and this is Stamatelopoulos. Miller tries, well, he's well wide. Probably a good 3-4 metres wide. But anyway, not a bad move by the Jets. They were controlling possession fairly well. This is Jamie Young with a goal kick. And, well, we didn't get to the ball first, but anyway, Topper Stanley plays it out to O'Toole. He's decided to go for a bit of a run up the park. Nobody really ahead of him. I don't know what Petratos is doing. Anyway, he's got it now. And this is Thurgate. Thurgate fancies a run as well. Maybe even a shot. But, oh, that's a couple of metres wide. Probably should have hit the target from there. But anyway, we've had nearly 70% possession so far. Very good XG, 5 shots to 1. So Brisbane must be sitting back and just waiting for us to bring the game to them. That's fine. We'll do that. Anyway, this is Aldred with a big clearance upfield, but Thurgate, little glitch there with the game. I've noticed this in this Newcastle Jets save more than once. There's been a few little stutters with the match engine. Anyway, possession is now down to almost 50-50. Thurgate might have a slight knock. We'll just keep an eye on him. He's been playing very well. He might recover from that. There's no symbols come up to say that he's injured. And this is Mabratu now. And Lundy, oh, hits the post. Kudo when he fires it over the bar. Well, that was a good opportunity there for the Roar to maybe go 1-1. Duncan back to Thurgate, and he plays it long, but poorly directed. And this is Mells to O'Shea. Brisbane trying to get back into the game. This is Kudo now. They've got to clear it, and they have. And that's not a bad clearance. Stamatelopoulos got to the ball. This is Petratos, but end of our highlight. Now, we've still got... Thurgate might have a little problem there. We'll just see how he travels. No injury symbols come up, so maybe it's not too bad. This is Melling. The Kantarovski, oh, he's on a yellow. This is Thurgate again. Gets his cross in. Oh, a bit lucky. This is Miller. Back to Thurgate. And he gets his cross in, a low one, but that's cleared to Kantarovsky. Now this is O'Toole. This is Petratos to Kantarovsky. Good ball out to O'Toole. Now he can cross it in there if he wants to. He's taking his time. He plays it back to Kantarovsky. Thurgate. Miller. Oh, beautiful goal. Once again by Miller. Matthew Miller, with his 6th goal of the season, gives us a 2-0 lead in the 25th minute. And once again, that was a very good bit of teamwork by the Jets. Some good passing. Thurgate with the final pass, and Miller just beating Young on his near post. So this is an excellent start for the Newcastle Jets. Their good form seemed to be continuing. I think we'll take a look at Thurgate at half-time. Still no symbol, so maybe he's not badly injured, but we'll just keep an eye on him. Melling's a little bit... he's a little bit flat, the only one. But we might make a change at half-time just to make sure Thurgate doesn't exacerbate that problem in the second half. But he's had an excellent first half. He's sitting on a rating of 7.6. So he's really dictated play from midfield. And the two wide players, Miller and Petratos, are both doing very well as well. Anyway, this is O'Shea with a free kick. Oh, hits... where's one back. Well, maybe they deserve that. That was the second time they hit the post, the same post as well. And Aldred got the rebound, so the Raw not out of this game. And Aldred was the first to respond, so well done to him. But that's half-time. And it's interesting, Raw had more shots. They've had the same number of clear-cut chances, slightly better XG. They haven't been playing too badly as well, so we'll have to be very careful in the second half how we play. I think I'll tell the boys I'm happy with their performance. Keep it up, because in a nutshell I am. And we'll go to tactics. I think Thurgate. Look, yeah, I think we'll have to replace him. I think I'll replace him with young Jack Armson. He can play in that role as an advanced playmaker, so we'll put Thurgate in cotton wool for the rest of the game, and we'll see how the boys go in the second half. But it wasn't a bad opening 45 minutes. I mean, 2 very good goals to Miller, and a very late reply by Brisbane Roar. But anyway, this is Armson with the ball. Once again, a little stutter with the game. This is Petratos. Now Melling playing it long, but it's Aldred with the header. Now this is O'Shea for Brisbane Roar. And he plays a very good ball out to Lundy here on the left. And Lundy, he is cut back inside. Well, that could have easily been the equaliser, but Duncan, he got a big paw to that shot. For some reason, Armson's not a happy chappy out there, but he should be. He's got his chance on the field, probably a whole half ahead of him. But it's still Raw leading the shots 11-9. They've now got slightly better possession. So they're proving to be a little bit of a tough team at home. A bit of a surprise that they're bottom of the table. Because I thought the Raw would have been in a better position than 12th place. Anyway, Melling is having a pretty ordinary game, now down to 6.3. So I think we'll change him over. I think we'll bring on Ugarkovic. I think who's going to be best there? Kantarovsky? Doesn't really matter. Okay, we're going to put Ugarkovic on into a ball-winning midfielder position. Yes, he can play there. He should be able to perform that role fairly well. Still waiting for a highlight. Obviously, highlights scarce as hen's teeth in the second half, which is a bit of a shame. And I think right at the very end, what we're going to do as we're getting now towards the 75th minute, I think we'll make one final change, and I think I'll give young Valentino Yule an opportunity in the striker's role, because he can play up there. I mean, he hasn't got great attributes for a forward, but we'll give him an opportunity up there, and we'll make him, I think, an advanced forward. And he can have maybe 15 or so minutes on the field. We'll give Stamatolopoulos a bit of a rest. But once again, no highlight, which has me slightly worried. But here we go, highlight for the Brisbane Roar. And Armson is, that's great, Armson is injured and off the field. And we've already made a third substitution. And that's Brown with a header over the bar. I think what we'll do, we'll take a look at Armson, what's happened to him. A potential foot injury. Okay. Not great at all. I don't think Rami Nazarene can really play there. Look, I'm going to take a punt. I will definitely take a punt. I'm going to have to put Rami Nazarene on. Not really a suitable position for him, but we'll get Armson on off the field just in case he's got a bit of a serious foot injury. And this is Ugarkovic now with a corner from the right. 82nd minute. That's headed away by Aldred. And this is O'Toole. Plays it out to Kantarovski, both of them on yellow cards. Kantarovski again. Seems to be in two minds what to do with it. This is O'Toole now. Can he get a cross in? Well, he flicks it back to Kantarovski. This is Nazarene back to O'Toole. Very patient build-up. Now that was blocked. This is Ugarkovic, but straight at Young. I think what we're going to do, we'll start doing some time wasting. See if we can hang on to a 2-1 victory. And I think Brisbane Roar, they've now pushed two more players forward, so they're obviously looking for an equaliser. And this is Hoffman with a throw to Miller. He loses out. This is Lundy now for Brisbane Roar to Brown, but that's a poor pass. Hoffman intercepted that. This is Nazarene. He plays it forward, but that's cleared by Courtney Perkins. This is O'Shea now for Brisbane. He's got plenty of players up forward with him. This is Ingram. Oh, nice. And good save by Duncan. That was an excellent move by Brisbane, but Duncan pulled off a great save. Okay, Daly with the corner. And Duncan, very safe pair of hands. And I think we'll make maybe, if I can, I probably can't, but I think I'll bring on Katrumbis for Bugart if I can. No, I can't. I had a feeling that was going to be the answer. Okay, so we'll time wasting to the max. 5 minutes of added time. Can the Newcastle Jets hang on for another 2-1 victory? Well, highlights have been rather scarce in this second half, but this is Lundy now with a throw, and Daly back to O'Shea, to McDonald. Whoa, a bit sloppy, and that's cleared out. Well, that's a stupid corner. Unfortunately, we see quite a few of those in this version. Kantarovski playing it long. Now, Daly does a very poor header, and that's a corner for the Jets. This has to be the last bit of play in this game. Ugarkovic with the corner. He can take his time. And that's headed away by Courtney Perkins. Miller to Nazarene. He has his shot blocked. This is Kantarovski to Ugarkovic. And that's blocked. But now Petratos gets his cross in, but that's headed away by Hengert. And that's it. So the Jets do hang on for a 2-1 victory. All goals coming in the second half. Not many highlights in the second, but as you can see, Brisbane Roar 15 shots to 10. They had more clear-cut chances. Much better XG. More possession, more corners. But we had the slightly better average rating. So the boys didn't play too badly at all. When you look at those ratings there, most of them were above the 6.7 mark, so that's fairly good. So once again, I've got to be fairly happy with that victory. Another victory away from home, so that puts us into second position, 2 points ahead of Melbourne Victory, and 5 points behind Wellington Phoenix, and we do have a game in hand there. So that's good to know. We were fortunate to beat the Brisbane Roar. There's no doubt about that. And Armson, okay, bruised ankle for 1 to 2 days. That's not too serious. And yes, Miller, absolutely brilliant in front of goals with another brace for him. And we'll give him a pat on the head as usual. So that's that's our match for today. Another 2-1 victory to the Jets. I think what we'll do, have a look at the schedule. I think we'll play 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we'll come back for the Wellington Phoenix game. That's an away game. I think that'll be an interesting one to come back for, since Phoenix are sitting currently 5 points ahead of us. So that's what we'll do. We'll play Adelaide United, Western United, Central Coast and Western Sydney Wanderers off camera. So that's the episode for today. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. My name's Barry Foster, and I look forward to your company next time.